And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Interlude Media, spelled out right, NTRLD_media. I'm your host, Nick DeSantis. You might know me as Nicky Nicknames. And of course, I'm always joined by my co-host, holding it down on the ones and twos. You know him as Todd Roshong, but you also might know him as T-Row Price because he understands that return on your investment. And folks, this is Interlude Pod, the idea to an idea, a podcast where two friends are just chopping it up regarding the latest news you didn't know you needed to know, with the goal of teaching you something new and us how to run a podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, I will be remiss if I don't mention that each one of these episodes is mixed, mastered, edited, and produced by none other than One Time Productions. So thank you for tuning in and welcome back. T's going to take it away with the agenda. What do we got rolling today, my guy?
Welcome to episode 8, Nick. As always, we got a packed agenda. We are going to kick things off the way that we do with a little bit of this just interlude. We got some stuff going on around the world. Then we're going to jump ahead to the Navidius Wilburn segment, some stuff that we're looking forward to.
Okay.
Something that we introduced last week, we got some new fan mail that came in, so that's going to be exciting.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We're going to head it over to the spins and flips section before Nicky Nicknames takes us out with his parting inspiration. And now, folks, don't get worried. Now, just because I didn't mention a specific WD-40 segment doesn't mean that you might not hear some stuff that may or may not be grinding our gears. So that's all I'll say.
The grease is on deck. I'm ready for it. You know what I mean?
Good.
But I think T, before we get started, I just thought of something right quick. Okay. If this is episode 8, you know what I mean? Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes in the bank account. Herbie, come on, let me dance a little bit. It's a podcast. It's an album. 21. Hey, little 21 Savage, time to sit down. It's a podcast. That's okay.
That's
okay. Sorry.
Right.
Could have been.
No, I love it. I love it.
The distractions moving, but I had to give it to him.
Great way to kick us off. It really is.
Thank you.
And like you said, this is a series here. This isn't just an album. This is going on over and over. Ideally, this is going to be going on year after year. The more that we work at this, something else that goes on year after year. We had it this past weekend, Halloween.
Yep.
We talked about Halloween on
Yes, sir.
Talked about it on last week's episode. A little bit about how we feel. Dressing up, keep it for the kids, find some fun stuff to do for the adults. And we kind of left it at that. That was the extent of our Halloween conversation. We didn't talk about it outside the podcast or anything like that. And turns out I might have a bone to pick with you on the events that transpired this past weekend.
You see, even if you're against it, if you're in a relationship, you're going to be dressing up. Okay.
That's facts.
That's just the deal of the situation. And so, yep. Andrea and I went out. I know Todd and LB went out. Todd, what you have a little bone to pick with? What could that possibly be, man?
I do got a bone to pick with you because, like I said, we didn't do any sort of prior discussion. We talked about how we don't really love dressing up, but to your point, we get pulled into it, right? And so yours truly, myself and my girlfriend LB, we're going out on Saturday, and we made our plan earlier in the week of what our couple's costume was going to be. So, we're all set. We're figuring out the outfits, and Friday rolls around. Friday is actually Halloween, so I'll give you that. And I see a little post on Instagram from Andrea, Nick's girlfriend over here, showing off their costumes for the night. Nick, what did you and Andrea go as on Friday night?
Yeah, so there's this Canadian singer, Avril Lavigne. My girlfriend's been told multiple times when I've been with her that she looks like Avril Lavigne. This is an additional WD-40. I don't think she looks like Avril Lavigne. I don't know if that's a compliment, but everyone does mean it as a compliment. I will have to say that. So, it's not like a rude thing. I don't know though. I'm not even hating on Avril Lavigne, but come on now. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, dog? Like, I don't know.
I know what you're saying. I think in the future, you and I could have a whole segment on the whole like celebrity lookalike idea. because
Right.
I'm not a fan of that premise as a whole. So we'll have to introduce that as a future WD-40.
Premises. Oh, damn. Okay, Ricky Fowler. Sorry, I had to do it to him. I had to do it to
That's one of two that I typically get.
two. What's your
One
other?
of two. The other one, I never know which one it is, but it's one of the Franco brothers, the one that's the drug dealer in 21 Jump Street.
Oh, that's okay. Drug dealer or golfer?
Uh-huh.
Take them. You
Two
know what I'm saying? I guess
very
actor,
comparable
truly.
professions.
Actor, truly. Yeah, no, I one time got called the Blues Clues guy. You know, and
You're
didn't he
Steve.
get like accused of things that shouldn't be talked about on this podcast? So I don't know, man. I don't really have a good track record, I guess, with the celebrity count. So that's okay. Yeah, we'll move forward. But point being, Andrea wins Avril Lavigne, the big hit single "Skater Boy." So I had to go as the Skater Boy because obviously that made logical sense. So that's what my Halloween situation was. So what's your bone to pick there, T?
Well, so my girlfriend Elby and I are going out on Saturday night. We went out on Friday, but Friday was just like throwing a football jersey, a hockey jersey. You know, we went very low effort on Friday night going to the bars, and then on Saturday we're going out with some friends, and well, we also had the idea of Avril Lavigne and Skater Boy as our couple's costume.
Got
and
him.
So
you seen it. Hey, look at folks. The podcast be moving as one right now. Okay.
That's true. It
All
proves
right.
that we are in sync. Not in sync. We're Avril Lavigne. That's totally different.
So me, I don't know if I really am like a skater boy. You know, I'm more of a mountain biker. So I don't think I pulled off. So I had to go through to the bar. I pulled up on deck, brother. You know what I'm saying? I was at the bar hitting. The guy on it. He wasn't listening to me. I wanted a Guinness. So folks, this is what I did. I went up to the bar and hit him. Oh, watch out!
Hit him with
the
kickflip.
I hit it. I hit it, and then I said, "Yeah, I'll take a G." Split that. But I don't know if he was understanding what was going on. I think I had a little bit too much fun bringing the tech deck to the bar. So, shout out the deck, bro.
I also brought the tech deck with. Had to. It was the best way to exemplify Skater Boy.
That's big.
Yeah,
it's big.
So like when we took pictures back at the house, I got the full skate deck. I got 8.0 board, whatever. We took the pictures with it, but obviously I'm not taking that with me to the apartment, to the bars. Who the hell is going to carry around a skateboard, right? So what do? You throw a tech deck in the pocket, and then you can rip out some board slides while you're at the bar. That was
this is for the people, anyway. Man. They don't realize that Todd's really a skater boy like that. They think that they hear T Row price, they hear return on investment. They don't think you got an ollie kick like that, brother. But I think you're here to
they didn't see
these rumors.
You know what else people didn't see coming? When we went out on Friday on Halloween, it's October 31st. It is Halloween.
Yep.
Okay, what do you typically associate with Halloween? It's costumes and it's candy, right? I feel like that's a pretty fair association.
Spooky.
So what do I do?
Yes.
So what I do is I go out to the bar and I fill my pockets full of candy. And I'm walking up to strangers and be like, yo, you want some candy? It's Halloween. Trick or treat. Come on. Not a single person wanted candy at the bar. It's like, what are we doing, folks? Like, lighten up. Even if you're not interested in it, if you don't want candy, if you're on a health kick or you think it's drugs or whatever the fuck and you don't want to trust me, fine. I get that. Just like say yes and then throw it away. Like, I don't give a shit. Literally nobody said yes to candy.
Okay, I'll give you that. I was going to say that this is kind of giving mustache and van vibes. But at the same time,
I mean, it's not like I'm handing out loose Werthers out of my pocket, right? It's like a packet of M&Ms, and you just take like.
Right. Sealed, signed, delivered, no Stevie. Yeah,
everything
I get
was
that,
sealed.
Man. I get that.
But nobody was down for
I'll
it.
give you that. That's a little weird. It's a little odd.
So, it is what it is.
If you had a Twix, a Milky Way situation rolling through, I would have munched that.
For sure, right? I mean, It was more
Shout
than
out.
just M&M. I had the M&M packets. I had the Reese's Pieces
Mm,
packets. I
okay.
had like those little gummy Jolly Ranchers. How do you not love those? Right? Everything's
Sure.
sealed,
Yeah.
wrapped up. But no, nobody was down for it. So I blame the
Not a
people.
man of the
They
people.
just
Yeah. That's tough.
so it is what it is. Halloween is now in the past.
But you know what they say, T. The rebound's more important than the shot. So don't worry about it. You'll be back.
It's true.
It comes back
It's
every
very true.
365.
It does. So we'll get ready for next year. We'll start planning ahead of time. Maybe we'll make sure that we don't do the same couple's costume, or maybe what we have to do next year is find a
Yeah.
costume that's a group of 4, and then we're all
Now
complete
here it is, folks.
complete the set. We could be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
If we're really gonna do it like this, either I go as you go as me, or the people, the fans. Who's gonna go as the interlude pod for Halloween? That'll be
That's very
the deciding
true.
factor. Maybe that'll be our
What if
deciding
you?
factor to know that we made it, man. Whoever goes as the interlude pod.
I feel like we could make this work. That you could be the spins and I could be the flips. I think there's ways that we could work this
We
out.
gotta stop. We gotta stop now.
Everyone's gonna have to tune back in.
The flip is crazy. Yeah.
Everyone's
Tune back
gonna
in
have
a
to.
year. Remind us.
Yep, exactly.
Someone record this. Remind us for Halloween costumes next year.
Exactly.
We'll go as the segments. Yeah. I'm going as a greaser. WD-40. Watch out.
The greasers and the socias. That's another flip we'll talk
Yeah.
about another time. All right, dude. Well, that wraps it up on the Halloween part of this just
Yeah.
interlude. We just had to get that off our chests,
That had to be
something
talked
else that happened it did. We had to clear the air, but we're good now. I'm glad we're all set. Something else that happened this weekend, this Friday and Saturday. We spoke about it a little bit earlier, on an earlier episode rather, that we are baseball fans here on this podcast, and the 2025 Major League Baseball season has officially come to a close. On Saturday night, after being down 3-1 early, Los Angeles Dodgers in Toronto in the 6th come back, and they take Game 7. Heartbreaking, gut-wrenching loss for the Toronto Blue Jays. But the Los Angeles Dodgers are your back-to-back World Series champions, first back-to-back winners in baseball in over 2 decades. So now we turn to the best part of the season, I think, honestly.
Well, I'll give 2 shout out. Blake Snell, former Biscuit, Seattle-based guy. Nice to see you get a ring. Michael Conforto, Redmond, Washington, New York Met, got his ring. So respect there. But really, this was very irrelevant. And now it's my favorite part of the season, being a Mets fan, which is the offseason, because we can't lose. We've never lost an offseason, Todd. We can't lose games there. So, this is the fun I get to have. This is kind of my World Series, just sitting back, relaxing, and that's that. So I'm just excited it's done. We're ready for that to be finished. So for me, that's wraps.
Season is over.
For Uncle Steve to save me. Yep.
We'll see if Uncle Steve can come in and actually do some damage this offseason. It's going to be an interesting one for the Mets. They've got a lot of talent that is up for grabs. Some staples of that team may or may not be back in 2026.
I feel like Drake.
That's how
it's over.
Goes. That's how it goes for every team, though. That's the nature of sports, right? Guys are going to get paid. Guys are going to leave, go elsewhere, get the bags. Every team is going through shakeups now. We'll see what free agents come back, and we'll see who's on another team next year. See who decides to hang it up. I guess that's one thing I will say. I was not rooting for the Dodgers in any way, shape, or form, but if there's one person I can be happy for, aside from the PNW natives getting their ring, I can be happy for Clayton Kershaw that he went out on top. He gave his all to this game for the past 2 decades. And for him to go out, get another ring, his 3rd one of his career. One of them was a COVID-shortened season, but that's all right. Shout out Clayton Kershaw. I mean, inspirational pitcher for a lot of young baseball players. So good to see him go out on top. Good way to end his Hall of Fame career right there.
Hot take. I didn't need to see him win.
I didn't need to see him win.
I'm done. I move on. You know what I'm saying? Give it to that young boy. You're savage. You savage.
Hopefully he's going to have plenty of opportunities because that kid is a freak on the mound. That release point is crazy. So,
but yeah, like, you know, George Springer was an Astro. I didn't need to see that win either. So, yeah, it was more for Canada. I was just rooting for the North there. Collective.
Well, something that we brought up about the World Series and how this was Toronto versus LA. This was Drake versus Kendrick.
Yep.
It came out. It came out in the commercials.
Yep. Oh, very much so. Yeah, the winning commercial they had Kendrick. They knew what they were doing. I'm telling you right now.
Commercial by Nike.
This might have been a fixed World Series, brother. They might have fixed this so they could get Toronto. I'm going for Seattle now. I'm backing up Seattle here. This could have been fixed. This could have been fixed so that they could market off the Drake and Kendrick situation. I don't know.
It always might be, dude. We never know what's going on.
You never know. That's true.
Pro sports.
Never know. That's why I never made it in pro sports. No one fixed me, bro.
Right.
That's why I never made it on the varsity team in high school. That's okay.
Yeah, but you did get the jersey retired.
That's a story for another time. Story for another time. But folks, someone never bet on me. I didn't get an NIL deal in high school. That's why. That's okay.
That's right. That's all good. All good. So now you as a Mets fans, lots of people across the Northeast who are New York Mets fans or baseball fans of some other teams in the area. Now we get to kick back, sit back, relax. Me personally, NFL season in full swing right now. We got college football, college basketball getting fired up. So
yeah,
a lot of good stuff that's going to keep us occupied. The NHL, that's how it goes. The world keeps spinning.
It's on a roll. Speaking about the Northeast, though, did you see the one of the latest movies that just dropped?
I think I know what you're getting at. A little Bruce Springsteen action
on
screen.
Come on now.
There it is. Look at that.
Feel me?
Clean.
Jersey's finest, man. And
that's right.
I'm recording with a Jersey kid. So, hey, had to give respect where credit's due.
That's the home and native right there.
That's the boss. The boss. I don't even have to go into Unk voice. The boss.
That's right.
I don't know about that. Like maybe it's generational bosses. So if you're gonna call Bruce Springsteen the boss, like Bruce Springsteen pales in comparison to Rick Ross being the boss.
Yeah, but it's like different genres and different.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe it's generation. It's
generations. It's genres.
Wait a minute. Listen, everyone who's tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, this is the NTRLD Podcast, but we're also a solutions-based company, and here's your solution. We get a track. We got to get Rick Ross and my boy Bruce Springsteen on a song, and you call it the boss. Why am I not called Nikki A&R, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing's
They might get me confused with Austin Reeves because we're two white kids that wear headbands when I go on a run and stuff. But hey, look it. I think I just made it the AR deal of the year.
I think you
Rick Ross
might be on something.
That's it.
I like this. I like this idea.
Boss. We're
gonna reach out. We're gonna get in touch with the labels, get in touch with the agents, and we're gonna line this up because this is what I like to call podcasting as a service. PAAS. Pass. All right, folks.
Yeah.
That's what we are here. We are a solutions-based company here at NTRLD Media.
Podcasting as a service. That's right.
That's right.
That's crazy. It sounds like an acronym that you'd be in trigonometry 2 algebra. That's okay.
Yeah, like a side angle side type of thing.
PEMDAS. Yeah, you follow these rules and then you get the right angle. Yeah.
Well, we give you the angle. It's a marketing angle, but we give you the angle. That's what we do here at NTRLD.
That was good. Speaking of the movie, as I digress, some kid play? I haven't seen it yet, folks, so I can't talk about it. But some kid, I guess, plays Bruce Springsteen when he's supposed to be a kid. Like the youthful Bruce Springsteen. And the kid is apparently from Andrea's hometown of Fair Lawn, New Jersey. And I noticed something, and I've been noticing this. Granted, I'm a kid from Seattle, right? But everybody in the Northeast, man, anytime they're about to talk about something, let me tell you something. They always start every conversation like that. No matter what you do, no matter if you ask a question, like, yeah, no, I'm expecting you to tell me because I asked you. Even this little kid, bro, he's in an interview. He's like, let me tell you, Bruce is a great guy. I'm like, where do they find these people? Like, what do they feed you guys up here in the Northeast? Man? You go get a pizza.
You already asked.
I don't know if I want the cheese or the mustard. Let me tell you something. You want the cheese with the pepperoni? Like, that's every single time. Everybody says that. Everybody says it. That's
you
like
already answered your own question, though. You already answered your own question. You said, where do you find these people? The answer is New Jersey. You go to New Jersey. That's it's the way that. That's exactly.
How do you grow these folk? You know how do?
Oh man!
Let me tell you something. We're from Jersey. Like, yeah, no, you didn't have to say we're from Jersey, brother. I already knew when you started the conversation. Right? We were good there.
I don't know
we weren't nervous about that
origins.
One. You know? We're on the same page.
I don't know the origins of the phrase. I do know what you're talking about. It's it's something that we do around here. I don't know if
I don't give it though. You don't really say it.
Not me. I don't think I do. But I definitely have. So I will be the first to admit it.
Like I
said, I don't know if it's like if there's any sort of Italian American influence that comes in. A lot of people in the greater New York City area, especially growing up in New Jersey, it's a lot of either Italian Catholics or Irish Catholics that inhabited a lot of the area at first in terms of, kind of the history and the modern demographics that make up the area. I don't know if there's anything going on there with the the ancestry or what.
Go to Ancestry.com right now. Yeah, go into Ancestry.com right now and type in, let me tell you something. See what happens. See what goes on. There's always a hand motion too. You got to throw something. It's like, nah, you don't know.
Well, that is an Italian thing.
Let me tell you what it is. You know? Yeah, but I'm Italian. I don't throw it like that. I'm just saying.
But you literally just
did.
Everybody
in the Northeast, they got it. They got. Oh yeah, that. But I don't say. Let me tell you something. And maybe I got to start. Maybe this is my coming out party. I got to start with the. Let me tell you something. The NTRLD Pod. Let us tell you something. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I like that.
Come on, now.
That's how you got to start the agenda now, T. And now the NTRLD Podcast. Let me tell you something. This is the WD-40. We got a Justin. Just go down the line.
I'm more than happy to kick off the agenda that way. I'm more than happy to.
One time, we got to see it, just for the people.
All right. Well, let me tell you something. I think we've exhausted all of our options here on the This Just Interlude section. So
that's fair.
Why don't we we're going to turn ourselves over to the Navidius Wilburn section. Future. That's right. As people, our dedicated fans may have come to learn, we are in fact recording this on a Monday evening here in New York and Connecticut. Today is Monday, November 3rd. Tomorrow is Tuesday, November 4th. That is how the calendar works. Tuesday, November 4th. Tomorrow is Election Day here in the United States of America. So it's not a major election year. It's a lot of municipal elections going on. This is your friendly reminder to fulfill your civic duty, to get out there and vote. Do your job. Do your part. Be an American.
New York City's got a big one, bro. A little mayor
mayoral election is big.
Huge. Hilarious. You know what I'm saying? The good situation there. Everyone tune in. But folks, that's not what I want to talk about, T. Get out the WD-40 because I got something to say. Get out the canister. I got something to call out.
Huh?
On the United States of America. Why don't we have the day off? Why don't we have the day off to go vote?
That's a great question.
If you're going to tell me civic duty and you're going to promote voting as much as you do, you know what's the one thing that's going to deter people from going to vote?
Being stuck at work.
And I'm not talking ASAP Ferg on the remix. I'm talking about getting a paycheck. And that's the problem. Okay?
Yep. I got
That's
you.
it.
You make a fair point.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, why not? Or half day, little something. I think
Yeah,
that's
it's one
ridiculous.
of
I think
those
that should be
things.
nationally driven. And here we go. Most of these national holidays, most of these national initiatives don't get passed because the people in government don't want that to get passed, right? This helps everybody in the government. Why aren't they
In
passing?
theory, it should. In theory, yeah, it's it's one of those things that, like, obviously your essential workers, they got to do their job. The hospitals got to stay open, the urgent cares, your first responders, all that, those
Right,
critical
right.
jobs. You're not going to get the day off. We already know that. For the corporate Americans, the people who are working the 9 to 5s, especially people who do have to deal with a commute, that takes up a crap ton of time as well. So, um,
Right.
I know for me, where I'm living, the polls stay open until 8. So at least, I'm going to plan on getting there after work tomorrow. Uh, I
Right,
got
right.
that luxury, but not everybody does. So I think, it's ultimately fallen to the corporations themselves, to the private companies, on whether or not that they want to deem
Mm.
that a holiday or a half day. And, um, yeah, for the sake of efficiency, I don't know. So that's the way this country runs. I don't know if
And we should state that I understand that there's early voting and mail-in voting. State that. Very much understand that that's also an option. But folks, it's the year 2025 after the death of Jesus Christ, and we don't have electronic voting.
yeah,
I'm
that's a
sorry.
tough one. Um,
I'm sorry.
Obviously,
And it
it's
was
something
I
that's
voted
obviously
for
been
that,
explored.
bruh. I
Right,
got a social
exactly.
security. I
For
can go online. Come on. I don't know. I think there's got to be an easy solution here in 2025 to have electronic voting.
I feel
And I know
like,
somebody's going to flabbergast at this, but come on.
well, I feel like, to your point, there should have been some sort of easy solution by the year 2025. But considering the fact that we don't have one, it must not be that simple. It's not as easy as you go online
Nah,
and you put in your
I
birthday and your social
disagree.
security code, and then you're in.
You know what it is, Todd? The damn government's not even working right now. So how the hell are they going to figure out how to vote?
Well, yeah, they've been shut down for a while. That's a whole separate problem.
That's the problem. But that's a different topic. But I'm just saying, I'm gonna pull out a little jersey. Let me tell you something. We need electronic voting for next year. Okay,
Mm.
that's all I gotta say. I don't get it. I don't
We
get
will.
how that's not a thing.
Well, as a solutions-based company, we will come up with some more ideas. We will find our
Solutions
local
based company. That's
politicians.
true.
We'll find our local politicians. We'll make our pitches. We'll make our case. We'll lobby. That's what they tell you to do.
Right,
Freedom of
right.
speech.
You,
And
you know, you know what it is too. I know it's supposed to be like a private thing, like you keep your vote to yourself. But wouldn't it be great if sports talk show radio in the Northeast on November 4th just like had people call in and tell them who they voted for? Yeah, let me tell you something. I'm going for that boy Cuomo. You know why? You know what I mean? Like that would get people
that would
entertained.
be
I think.
that's entertainment for sure.
Right,
Anyone who
right,
has the I don't even know. I want to call it audacity almost. People who are
right,
those people who you call into a radio show, just
right, right.
let it off your chest to just air your grievances to this random stranger who you've never met face to face. They're just some voice that comes
Right.
over the radio
Correct.
waves. You got to tell them
Correct.
how you're feeling. If we had more extensive coverage like that, maybe we would draw some more attention to the polls. Could be. I
But
don't
I'm
know.
saying that would, but you could count votes that way, right? How often do I need to hear somebody tell me something about Jackson Dart and his success as the New York Giants quarterback? No one cares. And it's not going to happen. So
Mm-hmm.
take that dude's job and just have everybody call in. And every time they call in and talk about something with sports, they have to tell them who you voted for. Write it down. Boom. That's a vote. See, I'm thinking about creative ways to vote. All right.
These are creative
And
for
that's
sure.
what it is.
Right there, you're introducing a whole hell of a lot of, potential human error of whoever the hell this radio show host is. Probably can't even
Yeah, they
spell
got like
Cuomo's name correctly.
30%. They got about like 30% chance. Yeah, you give them a bubble sheet. All right. Come on. If we can have bubbletrons, what were those things called? Bubbletrons for the math class.
The Scantron.
Scantrons, yeah, bubbletrons. Oh Lord, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Babytron, the rapper over there in Detroit. That was bad.
No,
but yes,
that's different.
It's the Scantron, but you got to bubble in the answer. So A through D. If we got to do another section, we do another section. But I think we get Also, bubbletron's a great word. I don't know why we didn't talk about that for a second. Make bubbletron a word first and foremost.
Yeah.
And then 2, fix the voting.
One of ours.
All right.
All right. So as we do our idea formulation and we go and pitch what we want our local politicians to bring to the Senate floor to try to get electronic voting, as long as we call it Bubbletron, I think it'll be a clean sweep.
Hey,
we'll get a
100%
approval.
M-dub. And you know what that stands for? Merriam-Webster. Get your shit right and put Bubbletron as a word.
They're going to have no choice when everything's all said and done with us.
Should we call it a verb? No. It's got to be a noun. It's the machine that counts the Scantron, the Bubbletron.
Yeah. It's a noun for sure. Proper noun. It's a proper noun.
As a name. Yes, sir. Lock it in. Good.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, close the loop. Everybody, no matter who you're voting for, go out and vote and have a good time. Hopefully.
That's right.
Cool. It's cool that we have the freedom to do that. So shout out that. Go vote.
Definitely. Yeah, I think, like you said, close the loop on that one. Another thing that's a way for us to have a good time is to read some of our fan mail.
Yes. I love the fan. After last week's TikTok situation, I love the fan mail. So what do we got this week?
So those fan mails, those were some comments that we got on TikTok. Those were hilarious. This week though, we got a big name this week.
Really?
Yeah, question this week comes from Jerry Seinfeld.
Really? Holy
yeah.
shit. Jerry's a fan of the pod?
I don't know if Jerry's listening to the wrong show. I don't know if someone gave him a wrong tip or something like that. But I mean, NTRLD, spell that right, folks. Jerry Seinfeld knows how to spell it. You can too.
Yeah, facts. Okay. What does Jerry want?
So Jerry's got a question. Well, this might be a little bit more of an insult than it is a question.
Oh no.
It's basically, why don't we have any between our segments? He's calling us out for not having any transition music.
Oh, some like theme music?
In the pod.
Transition music?
Yeah.
Man, Jerry, that's a great point. I won't lie. That's something I never thought of. But
it crossed my mind. But we're on episode 8 and we don't have a production crew. The production is us. So I wasn't thinking about it this early on, but if we got Jerry Seinfeld asking for it, I think this is something that we got to look into.
Fellow Mets fan,
sooner rather than later.
I think, but hear me out. When you drop this post, whatever you got to do, tag at Middle C. Heard me? Middle C.
Mm-hmm.
One Time Productions. We need an intro, outro sounds. And I love those little transitions. Imagine if it was getting into the WD-40 section. It was like, Nick, raps on that. Let me tell you something. I'm pissed about like that. That's exactly how I want this to work. Okay, I need a little something. And I love how what was that show? It was called Seinfeld. That's it. How Seinfeld did the transitions. That was the best part. They would be in some apartment building. The next thing you know, they're in the bar and it's like bow, 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 and then we're just like in the street. Like, all right,
that's it.
I'll accept that.
That's all.
Maybe we can do it with our. Maybe I could just do it right now. Maybe I'll make some transitions. Record it. Okay, but if not, and if anyone out there is good on the keys, and I know one man who's good on those keys, Middle C, drop the E.
Mm-hmm.
Heard it here first. Make a riff of a 15 or so little. Bow, 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 bow. What do you call that? Like I know a riff, but transition.
Yeah, I don't know. Other than calling it, some sort of little transition tune.
A bouncer.
A little instrumental, but it's not a full instrumental, right? It's just I don't know what to call it, but
Hey, Todd, you know what they could call it? You know what they could call it? An interlude. Heard it here
Oh, I
first.
like that.
Stamp it.
I
Stamp it.
like that.
Spell that right. NTRLD.
All right, middle C. Middle C, you're on it, kid. I'm calling you out. We need some music.
Facts.
So fire it in. But yeah, no, to your point, to all of our dedicated listeners, you got some questions that you want us to answer in the fan mail section. We don't have a lot of questions flowing in, so if you ask us a question, we will answer it. We promise you that. Can't guarantee that for forever, but for now,
shout out Jerry.
All of our dedicated fans. You got a question for us, just like Jerry Seinfeld, you can DM us, Instagram, TikTok. You want to send us an email, go ahead. We're here for it. We love hearing your questions.
It. Good. Let the people know. Hopefully we answered that to the best of the ability.
I think so. I think we did Jerry right. And now, cue that little interlude as we take ourselves over to the spins and flips section of this week's episode.
Yes, sir. And we back. Well, speaking of that,
we back.
I was really just saying that because I was vibing. But the first one, I didn't show this last time. You already know I got that Chance the Rapper on disc. You see? Ooh. The new Starline project from Chance. This was a Chicago.
What are you playing? How are you playing CD. Discs right now?
Well, so I do have a CD player here in the apartment. Okay. But I also will download. I don't know if anyone remembers the act of burning. Very odd that it's called burning, but burn the disc to the laptop, and then I can play that on electronic situations where I can download that to my phone. So very old school. That's how I roll with a lot of the music. But that's that. So that's number one. That's number one spins. Okay,
a good pull right there.
A little one. But now we got a few more. I went to a new record store over here in New York called Vintage 45 or something. No, 54 vintage. I don't know. I'm blanking on the name. I apologize. But very funky store. Had some weird polls. Nothing really made sense in there. I won't lie. They had sections for each genre, but then some genres didn't have sections. And then some artists were like pulled out and just put randomly on the wall. Like, for example, they had like an Eminem section. The rapper Eminem, not the candy.
Yes,
not to be confused.
Just dedicated to Marshall.
Yes, but then Eminem wasn't in the rap section. So like his thing wasn't even near the rap section. So it was very odd. Like
he really
like
just had his own,
his own little thing, but it wasn't. It didn't flow.
You tell me.
When you go to the grocery store and they make you flow.
Well, yeah, that's also why they put milk and eggs in the back of a grocery store, because that makes you, those are the key items that people want to go buy. So they make you walk through the whole store to get to those key items. And when you see everything else that's on the shelves, you're going to throw more in the cart. You're going to spend more money. Psychological tricks that they play on you.
Milk and eggs should always be next to each other, right? Eminem should always be next to fellow rappers. That wasn't the case, but I did find my way to the rap section, and you already know. Future Wolfgang. Ha ha! You heard it here first. This is that OF tape volume 2. The hit song Oldie. That song Rella. This came out 2012. This is an alternative cover. This is actually a very rare record. So I spent probably more than I should on this joint, but boom. This was the era when Loiter Squad was at its finest. That was a time to be alive. When Thurnis Haley was doing Thurnis Haley things, we had Tyler Earl, Jasper, Taco, you name it. Frank Ocean was in there. The internet.
Good times.
Wow.
Wow. Quality Beats stuff that came out of there.
Domo Genesis. Let's just throw some names out there on the table. Mellow Hype. Okay, Left Brain. What you know about that? That's all right. Second record I got though. This is gonna flip it on his table. Nothing like Out of Future, but it's this dude right here, Jacob Banks. Didn't know him, man. I saw this cover. It's a fresh cover.
It's a good looking cover.
You know what I'm saying? Fresh cover. I don't know what's going on. It looks like a rugby scrum maybe, but fresh cover.
Maybe.
Album's called Village. Start listening to it. This guy's got like an R&B sort of vibe. This is not really rap at all. But there's definitely break beats and hype in there. I don't even know a player comp really. He can sing, I'd say Chain Smoking is the first song, but that's probably the big one. I really like that, and then Grown Up. That song was fire too. Definitely recommend this though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give
Underrated
it a
poll.
listen.
Jacob Banks, Village. Shout out. Yes,
Shout out.
that for the people right there. Heard it here first. Was that Barnes and Noble the other day? God, this record. I don't know if anyone's gonna know
Okay.
what this is. This is Gary Clark Jr. Not rap at all. Man, hey, I'm switching it up today. Okay. Gary Clark Jr. is more of an alternative rock and roll, really though, rock and roll kind of guy.
All
But
right.
he can
All
strum
right.
the guitar right here. So there's a
Hmm.
lot of good riffs in this project. I think this is back half heavy too. I really like the ending songs. Last two songs, Triumph, Habits. It's just a flower. This right here is just a flow of a
I like it.
project. Very odd
I
cover.
like it.
I won't lie. I don't know if I mess with the cover, but JPEG Raw, name of the album. Gary Clark Jr. JPEG Raw. Got this on discount, by the way. Translucent green is the vinyl color.
Ooh.
Gotta respect that.
I like
Then,
that. I like that.
folks, I didn't get this recently, but this is just kind of what I've been spinning. Spins and flips is what you've been spinning, right? Lately. Visionary Music Group. I'm shouting out John Bellion. What y'all know about John Bellion? This guy, multi-talented, very much more of like an R&B singer, but he can rap. You probably know his song "All Time Low," which is on this project. That's the big song.
Mm-hmm.
I also really love the intro on here. He is the same. But this dude's got a vibe to it. If you're just looking to kick it, have a good time. Also, cover art. What's going on? Am I in
Love the
ancient
cover
Greece
art.
right now? I don't know what the vibe is, but yeah, I do. I love the coloring. Visionary Music Group is what he's part of, which is Logic. So him and
Mm-hmm.
Logic, I guess, are in the same wave, but they're very much not alike, which I find funny. But I just love saying Visionary Music Group. I think that's cool.
It's a good
But
name.
there you go. John Bellion. Oh, this is The Human Condition. Should have said the name of the album. The Human
There you go.
Condition. So that's what I've been
There you
spinning
go.
lately.
I like
Shout
it,
out.
dude.
And that's what's
You know,
up.
it makes sense. You know,
Thank you, sir.
we're getting deeper and deeper into fall. We also just fell back in terms of our daylight savings, right? So it's getting dark early.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't
Oh, man,
mind.
that's a WD-40.
Oh, we're gonna go off real quick? Or are we saving this for
We
another
don't
time?
have to, but that wasn't planned, folks. WD-40 on daylight savings, though, I'm very, very adamantly against.
All right, we'll have to dive into that one another time. Maybe again, our dedicated fans remind us in
Adamantly
6
against.
months. Remind us in 6 months when we spring ahead that we gotta talk about this one. But no, all I
I'm
was
all
gonna say,
about that
dude,
one.
is
All about that one.
and well, then we get the daylight, we get the sunlight, and the sun stays out for longer. We love it.
Damn right.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, with the time change and with the season that we're in the heart of fall right now. We're getting closer to winter, so I like slowing things down. I like the R&B move, a little alt rock.
Okay.
Take things a little bit more mellow
Yes,
this
sir.
time of year. It's just a good time to chill, to hang out, sit inside, have a hot cocoa, wrap up under a blanket, and listen to an album right there.
And that's what I gave you those. And then obviously when you get pissed because of daylight savings, put on that Odd Future. Nothing will do it better than that.
There you go.
Nothing will do better than the old school Odd Future.
There you go.
That'll get you right. So that's what it is, folks. It's curated playlist right here. Solutions-based company.
That's what we do. That's what we're here for. There's one last thing that we're here for on this fine evening here, Nikki D. That's your parting inspiration for us tonight.
Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this could have been in the Just In section, but this is coming to you live from New York City. And yesterday is probably the top day in New York City because it's the day of the New York City Marathon. Had great weather for it. And damn, it's just a great time. And I don't even really have anything crazy to say on it, but the inspiration there is not even the fact the people running, in my opinion, is how the whole city comes out. It's a good time. Everybody's there on a positive wave. And that's how it should be.
You got it.
That's how every day should be. But, we don't always have that. And it's awesome to see it on that day. I personally would love to run it at some point. We'll see if that can happen. Your boy got to train. You know what I mean? But hey, look it. Before y'all hate, I was out there on 76th Street with the sign. Y'all already know what it was. Come on.
Very good.
Very good. You feel me? You better keep stepping though.
Good.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say. So, we're out
I
here
did
for the
see-
people and just telling them what they have to do.
Yeah, I did see a couple funny signs. The one that stood out to me the most was, someone had a sign out there along the lines of like, "Damn, all this to lose some weight. Why don't you just take Ozempic?" I thought that was a very funny sign to bring out to the marathon. That was a good one. But no, to your point,
Fair point.
the parting inspiration here though is that show out for your fellow Americans, your fellow, New York City residents and marathon runners. Be supportive of each other. This world doesn't have to be so mean all the time. We can be nice to strangers. Just because I don't know you doesn't mean I can't be happy for you, proud of you of everything that you're doing. That's how we feel about the runners. That's how we feel about our listeners. With that, I think we're going to switch things up a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to switch things up a little
bit.
I
might vote for Todd for mayor.
You get the right in. You can put in whoever you want. So I don't think I'm qualified to run New York City, but if you write my name in, that means I got one vote in this election.
Hey, and that's something I could be proud of. If you win the mayor, though, if you win the mayor, New York City mayor, Interlude Media will be doing well. That's all I got to say. So do it for the marketing tactic, dog.
That's true. Yeah. We would get a lot of promotion out of that.
We need you to come and clutch there. Do it for the
pod. Everything is for the pod. You already know that.
Yes, sir.
And so, folks, that concludes another episode of the Interlude Pod. That's Nikki D. I'm your co-host, Todd. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed listening to this album half as much as we enjoyed making it for you.
Because we had a ball. And only real ideas are going to last. And all that other bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow.
Thank you, Unc. And without further ado, we will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. Good night, New York.
Good night, Connecticut. Thank you, Nah.